series. Very excited for this one. The Golden
Man,
State Warriors taking on the Houston Rockets. The Rockets will have home court advantage. We were just talking about a passing the torch moment. Can Anthony Edwards take that torch away from LeBron James? Can Jalen Green take away that torch from a team that has been running the NBA for almost the last decade? And that is the Golden State Warriors, man. The Golden
You
State
just told a
Warriors.
goddamn lie. You said
For
Jalen Green. Jalen Green ain't about to take shit.
I'm trying to hype the
That's
series
gonna have
up,
to be
nigga.
that is gonna have to be a collective team effort. Jalen Green ain't gonna take shit.
I'm trying to hype the series up and
Jalen Green
talk
gonna
about
shoot
the best
38%.
player.
Jalen Green gonna shoot 38% from the field and fucking 31% from three, and get on the trade block for Kevin Durant after this series. That's what's gonna happen to Jalen Green.
I'm trying to hype the series up, man. Get this nigga a prop up. He doing Wingstop commercials. You know what the funniest thing about athletes doing fast food commercials? You know that most of them
they
don't
don't
eat
eat
like
that
that.
shit.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the funniest thing. I saw what's called Richard Sherman doing a Wingstop commercial, and then I met Richard Sherman on the final bell. I'm like, this nigga don't eat Wingstop. Like
Right? They probably
this
spit this
thing's
shit
like
out after every
2%
take,
body
bro.
fat. Right, yeah,
They
like
take a
like 2%
they take a
body
bite.
fat.
Puh.
Right. It's like Jalen Green and his fingernails do not eat no Wingstop. But anyway, this is an interesting series for me because Pav, you were talking about the Rockets couple on the last show. I think the Rockets have played really well. I mean, they've had a season. I don't think anybody predicted them to be number 2 seed. Some people had them in the playoffs, but number 2, I think it just shows how great of a job Ime Udoka has done. The Warriors dragged themselves to the finish line, but they got there. You said not a hoopers from the hood, dude. Yeah, that's right, Cal. But how many hoopers are from the hood anymore? Trench babies ain't running sports as much as they used to be. But unfortunately, but this one I'm going to go with the Golden State Warriors. I'm gonna go in 6 games. I think that the experience factor is gonna be there. I think they've had the number one defense since Jimmy Butler's been there, and we all know the Warriors like to trick stuff off. But Jimmy Butler, people talk about playoff stuff, and I hate to talk about this, but it's true. Playoff Jimmy is legitimately a real thing. Like it's nothing that we gotta hype up or anything like that. It's a real legitimate thing. He goes to an entirely another level when he's in the playoffs. And I think it's going to be the same thing. We have never seen a player in the Golden State Warriors era go to the free throw line like Jimmy Butler. Like he can legitimately slow the game down. That's going to be something that's going to be effective. And you got Draymond Green versus a nigga who thinks he's Draymond Green and Dillon Brooks. And not to say Dillon Brooks is a bad player. In fact, I don't know if y'all watch Quarter Gold. He actually looks like he's a nice guy. From when I watched Quarter Gold, like didn't look like he's the asshole that I thought he was. But
no, it's very much a character.
Yeah, you can tell. He said Jalen Green is gonna get cooked in front of his 41-year-old baby mama. That's hilarious. But I just think that that's gonna play into it, and I just don't ever pick young teams right away. I got the Warriors winning this series in 6. Now, Pav, go ahead. You can trash Jalen Green and give us your pick.
No, I'm gonna go Warriors in 5, but I'm gonna go Warriors in 5 just because I don't think the Rockets are gonna be intelligent enough to. I think the Rockets have everything they need to possibly win this series. Like when you look on paper, I think their defense is a real thing. I think Amen Thompson is special, and I think he's another guy that if he plays how he should, if he plays how he's capable of playing, he's a guy that when we talk about next year can be more of a household name than I think he's on the NBA circles, but I don't think the casual fan knows him yet. And the other thing about the Rockets is who can they depend on for 20 points a night? I think that Shane Goon is going to have troubles with Draymond Green, like a lot of trouble with Draymond Green. So if Shane Goon isn't, giving you his pretty much 20 and 10, I don't think Jalen Green is going. I'm sorry, I think Jalen Green is going to have a tough series. I just like his play style.
They gonna put Jimmy on Jalen Green.
Yeah, just like his play style screams to me somebody who's gonna have a tough first playoffs. He making it together over time, but his play style just screams somebody's gonna have a first tough playoffs. But if they could find somebody to consistently give them 20 a night, or if they could get into where they got 7 guys in double figures, then I think the Rockets would have a real chance because you do have vets around, right? Like you have a Steven Adams, you do have a Fred VanVleet who was a championship point guard. He played a huge part in the Raptors winning that series. He played a huge part in guarding Steph Curry. So you do have guys, vets around. Jeff Green, who's played in, not say he's going to play, but at least just to offer, some words of wisdom. So you do have guys and vets around there. And I do think Ime Udoka is a good enough coach to get you a game or two. But having said all of that, I just don't think the intelligence level is there. And I think that they'll lose in 5 games. But it'll be probably a greatly contested 5. Like, it'll be one of those series where, like, if you watched it, it could have easily been like a 2-2 series. Instead, they lost 4-1 because just down the stretch they didn't make the right decision. So yeah.
Dante, how you got this final series playing out?
I got Warriors in 6. I think this young team is going to give them a little bit of a run for their money. I'm with you. This is the inconsistency of their best player, Jalen Green, is going to be a hindrance. Ime is a great coach. I think. Okay. All right. Who would you say is their best player? Who to you? I mean,
Şengün. Currently Şengün. Next year it'll be Amen.
Yeah, Eddie, I agree with that. I think Amen, his stock is definitely elevating. Like, that's a kid that's going to be a star. But I think they just don't have enough, and they're not going to be enough for this veteran team. I'm with you about playoff Jimmy. We see it every place he goes, and I also think defensively having Jimmy and Draymond, their defensive IQ will make up for whatever step people think they may have potentially lost as they've gotten older. And, with Jimmy, one thing about Jimmy, every playoffs, we see Jimmy hit that wall at some point where he's tired as fuck. You're not going to have that on this team because you got Draymond and you got Steph. So he doesn't have to do as much heavy lifting. So I think that's definitely going to help him going forward. So I got Warriors in 6. I think the vets get it done. But I do think the Rockets are going to make it. They're going to make it an interesting series. So, yeah, I got them in 6.
Now, even though he hasn't been playing these last couple games, you know who I think is going to be the X factor in this series? Jonathan Kuminga. I think Jonathan Kuminga is going to play this series, and I think he's going to be big this series.
I think, but Kuminga, he's like Pascal 2.0 in the sense that when you hear Pascal talk on these podcasts about how hard it is to play with Steph, it's like Kuminga hasn't bought into, hey, it's certain shit you just can't do, sir. Like, we don't want you to do that.
He's trying to get his money, man.
He is, but it's like, no, bro, this is his team. You're going to play a role. If you're not going to play that role, Steve Kerr not going to play you.
But also him and Jimmy is kind of like redundant. Like, they don't really need to be on the court at the same time.
Well, they don't have to be on the court at the same time. You can be coming off the bench when Jimmy
we don't really need they don't really unfortunately for him, they don't really need him on this squad. I think it's best Kuminga goes to, I don't know, Brooklyn or somewhere in the all season, then goes to average 22 points and gets his stats and things like that. He just don't fit on this team, to me personally.
Catch I'm Not Gonna Hold You, hosted by Scott Lewis, every Monday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, only on HMB Media and the Barber's Chair Network.